All right, today we've got a little bit different one for you. We got this 1979 Volkswagen Bug. I believe it's 79. Build date on it says 9 of 79. Customer brought this to us. We've done quite a few projects for this customer. We've done boats for him, cars, trucks, Bronco. Anyway, he always has some kind of fun little project for us. So he picked this Beetle up, and I think it might have been like a 1 owner or 2 owner. It's got pretty low miles on it. It's really good shape. We didn't do radar on this one for once. We did all audio in this. So we'll just kind of give you a run through of everything we did to it. One thing we wanted to kind of make it look like it's somewhat stock, nothing too gaudy or standing out too much. To start with, we did in the dash. The customer actually sourced it because we're not a dealer, but he did. It's a retro, I believe it's retro manufacturing head unit. It's a shaft style radio, but it's got all the internals of something, of higher quality. It's got like 5.0 Bluetooth built into it. It's got subwoofer control, but still gives you that factory look in the dash. So we use that. It's got 3 sets of RCA outputs, so we ran that to an amplifier. It didn't come with a little trim bezel, so we made a little bezel that kind of looks factory. We lasered that out on our laser machine. So it looks really nice in there and kind of looks like a factory style radio if somebody were to look in. So that was one thing we were trying to do, is make sure if somebody looks in being convertible, they're not going to want to grab it, steal it, see something that looks aftermarket in it. So that gives it that nice look in the dash. So from the head unit, we have 3 sets of RCAs, goes back, and then we used a Focal 6-channel amplifier. That amplifier, we found a spot under the rear seat here. So pop the seat off. We made a bracket to mount the amplifier to with some aluminum brackets that bolt to factory spots. So that's nice, hidden out of the way, so you're not going to see that if you were to look in. The way that amplifier is set up, it's a 6-channel, so 2 of the channels run the front speakers that we built in the kick panels, and then 2 more. The second set of channels runs 2 speakers that are in the back in the subwoofer box that I'll show you what we built there in a second, and then the last 2 channels, channels 5 and 6, are bridged down to a single channel, and that runs the subwoofer. So when this Bug came in, it had some door panels in it, and they had mounted some speakers just in the far back, almost like where you sit, like it would be firing into your hip or even lower. I think they just found a spot in the door panel to cut a hole where there was no metal behind it, and they just had some cheap dual cone, like the cheapest speakers you could find in there, with some wires ran through the door jamb. So he wanted to keep it stock looking, so he ordered a set of new door panels. We pulled those old door panels off, and then we put the door panels on, the new door panels on, so it all looks factory. Nothing is in the door now. We pulled the speaker wires and stuff out that used to go in there. And then what we did from there is we built some kick panels. What we used for front speakers is we used the Focal Flax separates, and they make a line of their separates in the Flax series that are a shallow mount, so they're not very deep. So we didn't have to build out very far. We were just barely able to make them fit flush with kind of how it rolls out there in the kick panel. So we made the panels out of some expanded PVC 1/4 inch, and then we were able to bend it in the front there so that it kind of looks like one continuous panel. And then we made some grills that we vinyl wrapped the edges of, and then the center part is made out of acrylic that we painted with some Sims vinyl dye. I think we used like Landau black. So give it those nice little slots, kind of give it that retro look, and keep it back as far as possible. Unfortunately, it was kind of hard to find a carpet that matched perfectly, just because this carpet is so old, it's a little bit dirty, but we found the closest match that we could. It's not perfect, but I think once you look in here, it's not as bad as it could be. But that was the best material we could think of using, just in case. We thought of maybe using vinyl down there, but we thought it might get kicked. This is a manual transmission, so his foot's always going to be going back and forth, and if something were to get messed up, the carpet's really easy to replace. So in the back here, behind the rear seat, is where we built the subwoofer enclosure. So we built a subwoofer enclosure that has a single downfire JL Audio 10W1. It's in a sealed enclosure. We tried to keep it as small as possible. And then on the outside of the wings of the enclosure, we were able to put a set of 6.5-inch Focal coaxials And then we did the same thing with the grills. We did a border in matching vinyl, and then we did the interior grill of it that's made out of acrylic and then painted with that Landau black Sims. So the grill openings are kind of a retro look on that also. And then we were able to carpet that whole box with matching carpet, as good as we could find. And then we also put a couple some strips on the top, just to kind of replicate like a luggage rack or something like that. So it kind of fits with the, you know, the era of the car. We thought that'd be kind of cool. And that actually holds down the trim panel too. And then if you're to fold the seat down, he did put fuel injection into this. And then he had a little controller that they had left back there. So we kind of did a little indent for that controller. We're originally going to put the amp in that little indent, but the amp ended up, the way we were trying to make things fit, it didn't fit quite right, so we found the room under the seat, and then we're like, oh, well, we'll just kind of integrate the controller into this. So that can only really be seen if you were to put the seat down, which usually you're not going to do. So this system turned out really good. Sounds really good. It's got some bass. Everything is kind of hidden. I wouldn't say completely hidden, but it's kind of era correct as far as the design goes. Nothing stands out too much if you were to look in here. So anyway, it was a fun project, and we look forward to doing more for this customer in the near future. He's looking at a couple other cars, so we might have some fun stuff to do for him down the road. But anyway, if you like what you're seeing, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe. It helps us out, and we'll do some more videos for you. So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.